All right, as promised, depending on when. All right, as promised, depending on when Mike is able to drop the first video, this is the second unboxing of this morning. Um, uh, this, according to the distributor, is the first Cayin Jazz 90 tube integrated amplifier in North America, which is crazy. They've just introduced it, so I guess that's wonderful, and I'm excited to see what it's about. A bit of background: Cayin is a company in China. They have been making and designing tube products for many, many, many years, decades, as a matter of fact. And they also make products for other companies, for example, Prima Luna. What I have always enjoyed about their products is that they're exceptionally well made, good value for money, and they sound wonderful. They also have a very broad range of products, from regular EL34, KT88s, from about 2,600 Canadian dollars, something like that, all the way up to almost $10,000, if I remember correctly, where they use exotic tubes, 805s and 845s, 300Bs, and so on. So the Jazz series has Bluetooth. In this case, this particular one has moving magnet input. It has Bluetooth, I mentioned that already. It has a subwoofer output, which is very cool. And it uses toroidal transformers to extend the frequency response, make it more linear, and also lower noise floor. All right, so, and power rating, let's see. With the EL34, the power rating is 50 watts. Sorry, actually, I don't know. I have here 50 watts per channel with pentode, and triode is 28 watts per channel. I don't know if that's for EL34 or KD88. I forgot to double check. But speaking of that, you can get the amplifier with either EL34 or KD88. In Canadian pricing, the EL34 is $36.99 and $39.99 for the KT88. I believe it's about $3,000 US for the KT88 version. Okay, and yeah, so I glossed over that very quickly. You have a switch on the back that allows you to switch between EL34s and KT88s. So if you buy the EL34 version and later on decided you want to try the KT88, there's a switch in the back that you can also switch over. And I also mentioned, excuse me, you can switch between pentode and triode. Generally speaking, pentode's more dynamic, better contrast, typically a more powerful bass, whereas the triode version is more three-dimensional, more immediate, sweeter sounding. So you've got that ability to switch between the two, depending on the taste that you want that day. I should have also mentioned there's a headphone output as well. Anyway, let's unbox it. So, first of all, double box, which is very nice. And you see how it says Jazz 90? Heat audio. Take note. How do you know what the box is? This is crazy. You see that? And it says colors silver. It's a little plastic sticker. You can do that very easily. Okay. Let's see what we've got. An actual manual with fuses, just in case. Okay. White gloves. Very nice. Nice metal remote. And I like the fact that you've got black with white script, so you can see it very well. So volume up and down, mute, and input. Okay? Now, the foam is really thick. Look at that. Big, thick foam. So it protects the unit during shipping. So that's good. Now, by the way, anytime you have to carry tube products, always remember that most of the weight is going to be where the transformer is or are. So just be aware of that. So on-off switch is on the left. It's finished in this, what would you call this, Mike? Like a bluish tinge?
Grayish, bluish.
Yeah.
Enamel almost.
Yeah. And it's got like a little sparkly metallic coat in it.
It's shiny.
Yeah. And then the front is silver. Okay, we'll put this away. There's a power cord right at the very bottom, but I'm not going to bother taking it out. Do leave the remote control in if you're also we don't lose it. Okay. So, oh, there's a, let me take it out as well. And there you have the unit. By the way, I should mention this, I may be wrong about this, but years ago, when you bought a tube product, a tube integrated amp or tube power amplifier, and so typically in the old days, the cage was screwed in. And so it meant that whenever you had to change tubes or bias and so on, it was quite a bit of work to take the cage off to do regular biasing and things like that. With Cayin, they came up with this idea that you use these little metal pins, or you could even consider them like banana plugs in the speaker cable situation, and just stick it in. And this way, anytime you need access to it, you just pull it out for the tubes. But in terms of switching to ultralinear or triode, it's in the front here. So you can just basically switch between the two positions. And if you wanted to check your bias, you just do that. And here you have your bias selector. So whether you want to adjust this tube or this tube, you switch this, right? So you push it up, and the meter on the left, if I remember correctly, is the meter that you look at, and you adjust the tube as you need to. And it has a circuit built in that protects the amplifier if the tube gets bad. So you don't have to worry too much about that. So let me just plug it in, and actually, yeah, we'll go in the back first and show you. So these are your speaker connections. If I'm not wrong, they're 4 ohms and 8 ohms. Yeah. So ground over here, 4 ohms, 8 ohms, left and right channel. And then these are this is your subwoofer output. And let's see, line 1, line 2, and phono.
Stereo subwoofer output.
Ah, very cool. Yeah, so you have 2 inputs, you have phono, and as I say, you also have the Bluetooth and the Bluetooth antenna. I didn't see that. Maybe it's in the, must be in the manual. Yep, there it is. So that's the Bluetooth antenna. I'm just going to leave it inside connect. And yeah, so right over here, that's your switch between EL34 and KT88. So this particular one is switched with, is shipped with KT88. But if you ever decided you wanted to switch over to EL34 in this case, just switch that over. And it's shipped with the standard tubes. But one of the nice things about tube amplifiers is that you can tube roll. So if you decided you wanted Gold Lion, you wanted Newell stock, and so on, you can certainly do that. So let me plug this in. Okay, so it's plugged in now. Let me turn it on. So starting over here, you've got phono, so that's MM input. Then you've got line 1, line 2, and then the Bluetooth version, which I showed you earlier with the Bluetooth antenna, and of course your volume over here. Now let's check to see what the bias selector looks like. So right now I've got it on ultralinear. So I'm now looking at this tube, and it says the bias is right in the middle, which is basically where you want it. Okay. Now I'm going to push it up, and look at the tube behind. And again, so ideally what you want to do is do this about 10 minutes or so once the amplifier is fully stable and warmed up. And again, you'll notice that it's always the left meter that shows you the indication. So again, it's in the middle, and then the back tube again in the middle. Okay. And then power. Okay, so now we've got everything done. If you put the switch back to power, then both meters will now read power levels when you are playing music. Okay, so pretty straightforward to use. My experience with Cayin, as I said earlier, has been extremely good. Very, very few real issues. And in most of the few issues that we've seen, they had been tube related. So by changing the tubes, the problem was gone. There have been one or two small instances where we had to look at something. But again, nothing of any major consequence that I remember. So overall, I'm very, very pleased with Cayin, and I like their quality and I like their sound. It comes also in black. And I've mentioned the price earlier. I think that's it. All right. So anyway, if you have any questions, send me an email, info@audioexcellence.ca. You should be able to find Cayin quite readily in the US. And comments below. That helps with the algorithm. Thank you for watching. And again, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. As I said earlier in the last video, when you subscribe, it helps us get paid from YouTube, and we match all of that and we donate it to charities. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Take care.